Oh my goodness. All right, everyone. Wow. So I know the order. Let me just grab a hold of myself real quick here. Let me see if I can just. So the order. Oh, look, see how easy that is. Today, we're covering Bungle. I'm sure those of you who have been viewing notice the order is a little bit different, but there's a reason for that. Jeez, I'm dizzy now. Uh, oh my goodness, I need to watch my mouth. Y'all get my humor eventually, trust me. Anyway, today's short is going to be focused on Bungle because we see that Bungle has released another video, and Bungle, as all of his subscribers know, has what I would like to call uh, an amazing personality, right? And I trust that everyone watching will go to Bungle's channel, watch the video for yourself, support him with those views, hit that little, you see this? See this little like button? My goodness, there's a lot of likes on that. That really helps drive the algorithm, right? And you can almost see a whoop. Oh, there's a little preview. Commenting helps as well. Because Bungle did put a lot of work into this. And I'm just gonna cloud it up with my face, but there's a purpose. I'm gonna put my mic up, and we're gonna take a short look at Bungle's channel. See, look at.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Bungle from the Bungle News Network, and today we're going to be going over the Enlisted, the weekly news from the 18th of July, 2021 to the 25th of July, 2021. Boy, do we have a bunch of information to talk about today. Action-packed focus, an action-packed week. We got some drama, we got some content going on, and lastly, we got some meta, the steady or the meta going on in Enlisted. First of all, let's begin with the drama. So, if you're unfamiliar with the latest news that happened this week, the Enlisted Discord got nuked. An Enlisted moderator by the name of Escalate went ahead and decided to go and kick some Gaijin employees from the Discord. His reasoning behind it was due that he felt that Gaijin was not considering his feedback and his suggestions for the game. As a result, he felt he was being ignored and wanted to send a message. By sending a message by kicking those Gaijin employees out of the Discord resulted in another Discord moderator kind of adding fuel to the chaos by going and kicking more Gaijin employees as well as kicking members of the Discord and community members, resulting in total chaos. As a result of this, Gaijin or Enlisted went ahead and banned those Discord moderators from the Discord as well as banned their in-game account. That's terrible. If you're a moderator or ever put in a position of authority, make sure you don't do that. Now, moving on with the content.
Okay. No. Okay. I'm sorry, Bungle, but you're too funny, man. You. If I can just regain my composure just a little bit. Oh my goodness, Bungle, you're too funny, man. You're too funny. You're too funny. Okay, so anyhow, we're gonna move on to the next segment, which is actually the one I recorded previously, but trust me, it'll make sense after editing. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. Oh, don't worry, guys. Those intros are gonna get stranger and stranger. And I'm gonna get better at editing one of these days, I promise. I'm just, not very bright, but we all have our excuses, don't we? Speaking of not very bright, oh yeah, let me just show y'all a little something here, right? Yeah. Whoop. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm sure y'all wondering what all this mirror on mirror effect is about, but there is a purpose to this today. You see my little, let me see if I can just move myself around here. Oh, you see my equalizer over here? Yeah, see everything's backwards for me. I can tell that I'm probably speaking a little too loudly and maybe I should lower my voice. Yeah, this is OBS. This is OBS, and this is the program that I use to, let me just switch OBS over to my second monitor. Oh, well, no, let's just take this little, oh, look, there's something else I can show you. My camera's probably still blocking. Let's go to display only. Yeah, let's get my camera out of the way. And let's just talk about, this is the file that we're recording currently, because we are recording. This is my video folder. Yeah, see, this is where I kind of organize my clips. See, I already have my intro done. Y'all have already seen that. I'll probably edit it down below a minute, probably something like 10 seconds, just kind of trip you out a little bit. But yeah, again, y'all already seen that, so we don't need to talk about it. Oh, geez, guys. Sometimes I amaze myself. But anyhow, now that I showed you how to cover this up, let's talk about, we have display here only. We have display talk. There's my camera again. We can go to display two only. There's my second monitor. And oh, let's just move this little thing right back over here on my second monitor there. And I'm actually gonna go over all this information, what it is I'm doing. See, there's a black screen. That's my game capture mode. This is what I use to get my gameplay. Yeah, and I'm gonna go over everything that I do. See me moving around there. I'm gonna figure out how to present this in a way that makes sense, and I'm gonna try my very best. Even as, and again, I'm not the expert on OBS or Davinci Resolve, the editing software I use, or PhotoPea. I'm not an expert in any of these things, but if even a dum-dum like me can Google these three free programs and make YouTube videos for free, oh, it's almost like I could link in the description some video tutorials on how to use these free programs. And trust me, here's here's a viewer engagement challenge. Show me what you can do with them, right? Anymore. How about we just take OBS and just slide this little OBS right over here, right over here. That'll work out just perfectly fine. That way I can take myself. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Sometimes you have to laugh at yourself, right? But anyhow, today we were going to be covering my friend Paratrooper, and we will, but if we just take a little look-see right over here, you see where I'm looking? Right, yep, right, boop, 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 right about there. You know, we all have lives. We all have lives. I've been, you know, we don't need to really go into detail, but I moved. Here, let me just show you. See, I have the updated version because a little birdie told me that there are some new Paratrooper videos coming out soon, and I'd rather cover this person's new stuff. We've collaborated in the past. I lent my voice to a couple guide videos that you can see. Oh, was that the one I was highlighting? Oh yeah, that's my voice in that one. Isn't that funny? Yeah, this is kind of what I look like, you know. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, but let me just unbutton this little kitten. Isn't that uncomfortable? Boy, doesn't that look uncomfortable? Let me just let that out a little bit. Perfect. Just a little more casual, right? Doing the button up today. Don't really need to be too professional about it because Bungle here released just some next level trust me. My goodness. So here we are on the gameplay screen, yeah? Okay, and you'll notice that my face cam is missing. Now that is intentional. The only thing I wanted to display here was this part right here. Let's take it back over to the second monitor. Oh, you see all that weird stuff again? Let's just ignore that. Oh, well, actually, we could just cover that up one more time. Look, see, we made a little bit of progress here. We have our gameplay recorded. Actually, before I recorded this, which is weird, but that's kind of how editing works, right? We will insert this clip right about here. So we have our intro, which we recorded on our webcam using the quote-unquote face-only option, and I won't switch to it because it'll mess up this little bit, but I have this face only for obvious reasons, just to display what's in my office for intros and things like that. And then we move down to display/talk about it, which I have set to capture my first monitor, the monitor that I game on, as well as my camera, right? And if I want to take my camera off, as I just did, to talk to you all about it a little bit, we go to display only, and that removes the camera, like I'm speaking to you right now without a camera. I'm still here, but you just can't see me. But that's okay. And then below that, I have my second monitor. Also not going to click because I'm not wearing my mask, and I know y'all don't want to see this ugly face. Trust me, ask any woman I ever dated, I'm an ugly son of a... Oh my goodness, I really need to... That's okay. But anyway, we also have display 2 only, which is obviously just this second monitor here. You can just see our second monitor. Anything that I want to show you right here, if I took OBS down just a little bit, yep, you're still on my second monitor. We're just going to exit out real quick. That's okay. We're just going to kind of talk about our load order one more time. Once again, it's intro. We recorded it first. It's a clip, right? It's only 1:12. We're going to edit it down, and we'll get to editing through Davinci Resolve in just a little bit, okay? So we have our intro done first, so we get our, this is how my process works, right? Not everybody's going to think the same way, but when I sit down now, I get excited about making videos because the first thing I make is just my little minute-long skit, and I edit it down, so I'm gonna continue playing with it. It doesn't really matter. I'll see what I can come up with. Again, this is pre-editing. I'm gonna try and get this down so it looks appealing, right? But it's not, I don't want it a minute long. I want it something short, just to grab people's attention, whatever. And then we have the more important part to this episode, which I also have to edit down somewhere, some way, is the introduction to Bungle's channel. And Bungle being the other content creator that we are plugging today. You can use whatever word you want there, but I call it collaboration, right? He featured me on his channel. It's only fair I do the same, right? That's called working together. And then we have another skit, kinda, which precedes this one, but I'm gonna have to edit it down because I accidentally recorded this one before this one. But it'll make sense in the editor, trust me. There's a reason I reorganized all this and named them what I did, just so my silly brain doesn't get confused. Because after I string all these together in the editing software and edit them down, then we load in the gameplay. And that's what we're talking about right here. And you don't have to record gameplay, right? Let's pull OBS back up here. That's what these last two little kittens are about here. We have the game, talk it out. If I'm just, let me pull this up real quick. Yep, I'm gonna have to edit that out. Anyhow, accidentally showed my face, but through the magic of editing, that's okay. That's okay. Can't show you the game mode because I did not have the foresight to select one that did not have a face cam, and I don't currently have my mask on because, as a lot of y'all already know, I hate the masks. The masks have been a point of contention for a lot of people for a long time, and it's gotten beyond the point of silliness, right? And you say, gee, Seven, why in the hell do you wear a mask in your videos if you don't? Because I don't want to show my face. And it's still hard for me to wear this damn thing, but again, thanks to the magic of editing, which we will get to a little later in this video, after I quote unquote record my gameplay. The gameplay is already done, you all saw that. So the next step in this video is to go to Davinci. Okay, so we're back. And let me just try and figure out exactly how. Oh, here we go. Look at that. My goodness, we don't want to keep that open too long. My personal desktop, y'all never seen that before. It's okay. It's just perfectly fine. So anyhow, this is Davinci Resolve 17. I do need to update it, but it works for me. And again, I'm not an expert. You can see various projects that I have been working on and have not yet deleted. And today, let me try and pull this all on one screen here. That'd probably be more useful if I just pulled this all onto one screen here, just for the sake of making this just a little bit easier. See, I still left my face cam out of it. That's not useful to anybody right now. And I also have food sitting in front of me. Believe it or not, I am a human, not a robot like some people have surmised. I am human, do have to eat, but don't we all? Anyhow, say you should be the authority on whatever you try to make content on. And let me tell you guys, I'm not the authority. I mean, look how disorganized I am. But you know what? If I can do it, anybody can do it. Trust me. With how many knocks to the head I've taken. I mean, I'm sure y'all have heard me stutter and slur, and I'm just making excuses for myself. That's fine. We'll just we'll continue. Let's just ignore all of my stuff. Let's just ignore all of that and go to this button right here, new project. This is the only one you really need to worry about first loading up. Don't worry about too much else. Just hit new project. Just hit it. Just hit the button. It doesn't cost you a dime. Again, Davinci Resolve is free, and the link to this program, as well as a tutorial from someone who is competent, not myself. I'm going to show you basically what it looks like, and then it will be up to you to either Google this information yourself, or oh my goodness, it's almost like I did it for you. You can just go to the description on this video, click the links, watch the videos, gain the information yourself, get those programs yourself. Again, OBS, Davinci Resolve, PhotoPea, and we'll showcase PhotoPea when I actually go to make the thumbnail for this video. But right now, we're just going to focus on the editing portion of it. Yeah, okay. So we're going to think long and hard. What was our last episode of Blue versus Red? Oh yeah, we're on episode 17. Yes, we are. Episode 17. So we're just going to plug that little bit of information for ourselves so that we can... Oh, look at that. See how easy that was? It's almost like, oh no, where'd all my video clips go? Look at all this. This looks pretty complicated, doesn't it? My goodness, look how intimidating. Like, what does all this mean? Well, I'm just going to show you how I do it. Just show you how just a simple person does their editing, okay? So we're going to take, this is why we labeled them all. We have them set up all nice and in order. So we just take this little intro, drop it into this media pool. You see this big square right here? This big gray square. If you drop a video into it, change project frame rate. Oh yeah, because I record in 120 frames per second and I encode at 60 because YouTube, I don't believe, supports any higher than 60, and you don't need 60 or higher than 60 for, fluid motion, right? So we're going to click change, and you probably won't see this if you're recording at 60 hertz or, again, these are steps that you're going to have to do yourself because everybody's preferences are going to be different, but the basic process is going to remain unchanged. But we're going to click change just so we have our little intro. You see, it's loaded in there. Y'all don't know what it contains quite yet, but that's part of the fun of this, right? You're seeing the process. We take the second clip. We know it's the second one because we pre-organized and named each of these. They don't have to make sense, right? They don't have to make sense. They just have to make sense to you. And you just have to make sure to plug them in there in the right order. There's a reason for this. There's a reason for this. And here is what you might consider the star of the show on my channel. You know what I like to feature the gameplay, but first we have our intro, which we'll cut down. We have us plugging our friend's channel. Very good. We're going to cut that down to quickly highlight his content. We have me playing around with OBS trying to figure out how it is I was going to teach anyone how to use it when I barely understand it. But again, we'll handle all that. The teaching part, you know, the thing that other people are actually good at, I just kind of fake it, right? I just kind of fake knowing like I know how to use OBS, but that's okay because fake it till you make it, right? I will learn, I will improve, but the only way I ever got to making any videos and any content, oh, look, oh, it's almost like we don't need that anymore. Yeah, let's go ahead and get out of that. So we have ourselves kind of playing with OBS. I'll let you in on our thought process here. We have ourselves talking about recording the gameplay a little bit. We're going to cut the hell out of that. Might not even use this. We don't know yet. And then we have my gameplay. And I'm not going to show you really how to record the gameplay because, again, this is an OBS tutorial situation. What you're recording, the fluidity of motion, your bit rate, all of these things are going to play. They're going to play a huge impact on what settings are right for you. So I don't want you to copy my settings. I would like you to watch the tutorial videos that I link if you're interested, or you can be one of those silly people that Googles the information themselves and doesn't need a video like this. But if you didn't need a video like this, I wouldn't be making it. Okay? So, you see how easy that was? Now this is almost like a painter's palette, right? This is almost like the painter's palette. I've got my paints here, and there is going to be an outro, but I filmed the outro after I edit all of this and rewatch it so that by the time I film the outro, this is fresh in my mind, and then my ending skit, I feel, and this is a personal thing, and we're going to kind of go over my process a little bit because again, I'm slowing it down for the sake of making this a demonstration video for y'all, but generally I'm just whipping around this thing, just you know what I mean? But that takes practice. And again, I'm no expert, but we're just going to take our intro. We're going to quit talking about it, and we're just going to see how I took it from up here, right up here, and just drag it down real easy. And see, you can follow my cursor. You see how easy that was? We drag the intro down to this little slot right here. Boop. And look at that. There's my not face. There's my not face. And oh my goodness, we know that's the intro, right? And a new little section popped up. This is our timeline. This is the compilation of every clip that we insert manually into this little timeline. Okay, so we're going to go to the end of the timeline here. It's a little over a minute. You can see your timestamps here. I don't really pay a lot of attention to them. I spent way too much time worrying about time in my life, and I'm trying to just be better about that, aren't we all? And we already know we organized our clips as we recorded them, right? We renamed them and made sure we put them in here in the right order just to eliminate any human error if possible, right? So we're going to take our second clip and we're just going to throw it in there. You say, well, don't you need to edit the first one? Yeah, no, you don't. You don't need to. See, this clip is substantially longer than this clip. Is this starting to make sense now? This is about a minute long. You can see this is our intro. And this, if we just take this little kitten right here, oh my goodness. Let me turn my speakers off so you all don't have to listen to the audio monstrosity that is undoubtedly taking place here. But yeah, you can see as you kind of zoom in around the timeline, the video kind of has to re-render as you go along, right? Like you can still see me pretty good, but the content I'm trying to highlight doesn't quite seem to be there yet. Isn't that weird? I'm still yakking on and on endlessly. See, that's what I do. I just talk and talk and talk, and everybody just wants to see the content. Look, see, I'm even teasing you with it. That's funny. That's fucking funny. Doesn't really matter. Oh, look, there it is. See, half the purpose of why I fast forwarded to here was to make sure that this turned out. See, I'm even giving the thumbs up because I know it's working. And you saw that little bit of frame skip there. Don't worry about any of that. That's another thing we need to talk about. You see all this stuff going on down here? Everything kind of just changed around. You can see Bungle's face. Now, if I switch to somewhere else in the timeline, it has to then re-render everything to make sure, because it's rendering this on the fly, right? Just a little bit, just for the preview. So your PC, whatever you're editing on, especially if it's like just a laptop, no real dedicated GPU, you definitely don't want to copy my settings because I render using my GPU, and I have zero knowledge on how to effectively render with a CPU, but it can be done. Absolutely, I've seen it done. But yeah, I don't want to spoil too much. Oh wait, I wouldn't have spoiled anything because y'all already saw Bungles. It's almost like I do this in sections, guys. See, I recorded each clip separately. Oh yeah, clip number 3. See how I just took clip number 3. You got 1 and 2. You don't want to put it that you don't want to put clip number 3 up here. It's almost like you want to put it ahead. And remember, this little guy right here, you can just go all over the place. Look, my computer is going crazy. Probably shouldn't do that. My PC might lag and my audio might cut out. So I'm going to quit doing that. To be honest with you, most of the editing I'm going to have to do off camera because I'm not 100% sure again how this video is going to turn out, but that's okay. Because all I need to show you is just a little bit. We're just going to fast forward all the way to the end. Just see this big red dealer right here? People who actually know Davinci are cringing right now. I can hear you. I just want you to know I can hear you. And that's okay. I'm looking forward to your comments, teaching myself and everyone else who's watching just how to use Davinci just a little bit better. I hope you do. I really hope you do. Just help us all figure it out, right? We're going to take clip number 4, the pre-gameplay, which I assume I might not even use, but we're going to put it there anyway so that we can edit and just keep fast forward. See how quick and easy this is? Almost like we're getting quicker at it. We load in the gameplay that I recorded. Again, OBS is your tool to get content. The content, the gameplay that I loaded, you don't have to do 5 clips. You can do just one recording, one clip, and then take the one clip. It's almost like that'd be an easier way to start out, right? You can just take your one clip. See, there's my face, and there's the gameplay, and there's all that. There's all that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clips. 5 separate clips that equal out to 44 minutes. My goodness, who in the hell? You ask yourself, do you want to watch a 44-minute video today? Probably not. So we're going to start by just editing down the intro just a little bit, huh? And how I do this, you see, I need to clip. Let's just play through this a little bit. You can see me getting up here because this is me recording the skit, right? I'm not in character yet. I'm just fiddling around with my music, trying to get everything set up. This is probably the 4th time I did this. Just a peek behind the curtain, guys, really. It's all acting. All it is just acting. See, I'm just trying to get into my character, my silly little character, Dr. Online. Just psych yourself up, baby. Psych yourself up. It's a performance. It's fun. It's acting. And you can't hear the music, and that's probably a good thing because I want you all to experience this. Yeah, jeez. Okay. Isn't that cringy? Isn't that just cringy? I like it. I think it's funny. But boy, I'm going to really have to do this with audio. But just as an example, just as a real simple example without sound, let me show you how to cut. Oh, look, split clips. Now there's a hotkey for this. I know there's a hotkey. I've learned it probably 5, 6, maybe even 7 times, but I just cannot remember anymore. I'm sure a lot of y'all out there can relate to that, right? We're a lot of us, we have memory issues, whatever. Everybody has their issues. Look at this. Isn't that funny? Jeez. I might actually do something. No, I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm going to cut out the part where I'm setting up. And I'm going to see how I can move frame by frame here. I want it to not look like I'm at my PC. I want it to look like I'm turning away from the camera, not in a purposeful way. See, most of this is going to be blurred. Like this whole screen is going to be a blur. So this little segment right here, we want to cut out the part where I'm just looking at my PC. See how I'm doing that all with this slider? Not this one up here. This wants to go, whoa, all over the place, right? We don't want any of that. See, we lost our place. That's silly. We don't want to do that. Oh my goodness. And this is another thing we talked about. Be patient with Davinci. Be patient with her. Trust me. See, I push play, nothing happens. Don't worry about all that. Your PC, especially mine having the particular family or brand of CPU that I have, my CPU, even as expensive as it was when I bought it, just can't seem to keep up with Davinci. And that, definitely going to be using a different CPU next computer build, but that's far off. That's far in the future. Like this works for now. This works for anybody who has a CPU. The key thing to remember is just be patient. See, if we click on it now, oh boy, it's really taking its time, isn't it? I'm telling you, it's patience. It's patience. Even my PC, it's pretty decent for what it is. But even then, my goodness, look at all this. There we go. See, you just got to be a little bit patient with it. And we're right back to don't let it frustrate you. Don't let it frustrate you. We got to find that spot. See, we recognize that. We recognize that. We're just going to keep using this little guy to get, oh my goodness, went a little too far. Huh, that's fine though. But we're going to get back to this. There we go. That's the second slider. So this looks like an appropriate frame in my mind. See, all the lights are super bright. It's like the perfect moment. You got a little one right here. She's just glaring away at the camera, pissed as all hell that I'm making this video and sharing with you all my secrets. Our secrets, excuse me, girl. Oh, she's gonna kill me. But anyhow, you see this big red thing that we've been playing with? Oh, this thing right here, it's a precision tool. It's like a razor blade, right? This precise point right here. Now, I can't remember the hotkey, but I'm sure you could learn that by watching a tutorial video. But you see my cursor? We just take our cursor right over here and just click this. And now we have, see this teeny little clip, this part I cut off? It's still there. She's still there, still part of the video, but now we have, oh my goodness, see, look at this. It's so tiny, I have to reach down into this section to select it. It's always better to try and select your small clips on like the small scale, right? Here's where we split it. This is the one we don't want, but I'm just gonna, for demonstration purpose, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clips now because we made a cut. We now have 6 clips. We divided the clips, and we know we don't want this, so we're just going to hit the delete key while it's selected. Again, select it down here, not up here. Save yourself some trouble. At least that's how I do it. And you might disagree with me, whatever. We're going to hit the delete key, and it's gone. So now the video starts out. the video starts, the intro starts on this scene. Now you all know that I'm amping myself up, but to the viewer who is not educated on how this process works, it just looks like I'm crazy. But that's okay. It'll make sense, or it will make sense to you because you have seen the intro. I'm still in the editing process, which is kind of confusing because I have to take what I'm recording right now and add it, I guess, in here. You see where my blade is here? Before I have to add this before the gameplay, or do I have to do it after? No, I have to do it before, right? Yeah. So I have to show the editing because I'm going to edit the gameplay. And then I'm going to show the footage of me editing the gameplay before the gameplay. I'm telling you, like I wasn't really good student in high school, but this is confusing trying to make these videos, but that's okay. The only way that we learn how to do something new, or at least how I learn how to do something new, is I just get in there and do it, right? I learned all this alone and by effing it up so many times and producing so much iffy content. But you know what? My recent videos are doing pretty good. I don't want that to sound braggadocious or anything, but you know, I think I earned it. I think I earned it. But I showed you in this segment how to clip something, how to remove it, or excuse me, see, this is why I don't do tutorial videos. We added all our clips, we cut down the clips, they're all in order, and now the next step of my process, and I'm not going to show you this part, I'm going to kind of demonstrate it. The next part of my because I have to do this and focus, and you will too, trust me, editing is relaxing, but trust me, like get yourself, I have my lunch sitting in front of me, I'm going to eat my lunch, and just very calmly and quietly edit my content. And the way that I do this, see, I have to make myself watch 43 minutes because how I edit, and this might make you cringe a little bit, this might seem a little inefficient, but what I do is I go in here and I literally watch at regular speed all of this with the audio. Again, I'm not playing the audio because this is for me to do, not for you to do. And we're just going to fast forward just a little bit. We're just going to fast forward. Look, we're back to Bungle. You see how once you have everything kind of in your head where it is on the timeline, see how I just zoomed right over to Bungle's clip? Now I'm not confused. Yeah, this timeline is a good way to bounce around. If you edit something over here and you go, oh, wait, maybe I want to cut a little more or add something back here, you can do all that. You can do all that. Hell, if I really wanted to, I could just take, oh yeah, let's just take a random clip here. Let's just take a random little clip. Let's go into our memes, wherever the F they are. There it is, the candles. Let's just drag the candles in here because we already have our timeline organized. And this is going to be kind of my outro skit today. But this skit is more serious. I'm not in character. I am portraying myself as Joshua, right? And if you're interested in seeing this, it is going to be all the way at the end of the video. But that's up to you, right? Oh yeah, no, I wanted to demonstrate real quick. Let's try inserting that in between. Oh, look at that. You see how I take the clip, the candles, and go, oh, I want to add this before this big hunkin' section of gameplay before I start editing. Well, if I really wanted to, I could drag, see right here, the candles. This is my ending clip, but if I just take it down here and just drag it ever so slowly, I can add it right there. And see, there's the candle skit. And this isn't really a skit, this is more of kind of a send-off in a way. That's why I'm putting it at the end of the video. And you can see if I'm skipping and all that. Once again, nothing down here is rendered. We're not going to worry too much about this right now. Again, patience. All of this takes time. You want to get yourself in the mindset of editing is fun. Because trust me, I hated editing at first. I wanted just long-form content. But really, once I started editing, and again, I'm just a novice. I just started editing my videos like what, a couple weeks ago, guys? Anybody can learn how to use Davinci. See, look, we already have our clips loaded. We have a whole, I could process this right now, but we're not going to. We're gonna, once again, oh, are we losing our place here? Geez, what? Oh my goodness. Where were we? Oh, right. We know that we have gameplay at the end, and we accidentally inserted this clip, but we're gonna double check with this tool. There, see? I know that I shouldn't have a skit here. I know that this is the correct, I see there, see that? Our blade moved. It tried to pull a sneaky on us. There it goes. See, it's all about patience. Even, my goodness, I get impatient with this damn thing all the time. Look, it's just going crazy down there, but that's okay. We know that we need to get rid of this clip. We know that's gameplay. We know that's intentional. This needs to go. So again, select it in, because it's large enough, I select it here. And if I remember right, I think you can zoom in. Oh yeah, you can zoom in. I think control, scroll wheel. Yeah, look at that. You can just, okay, yeah. But again, we're just going to select the clip we don't want in the place that it's not and delete it. It's still in our master. We can still put it over here where it belongs at the end of our video. There's our outro. It's ready to be edited, but we will edit it at the end of our video. And this is the part that's personal, right? This is the part that I can't really go through with you every step of the way, otherwise my content will suffer. So what I'm going to do is, again, the process is I just hit play, just like this. See, the intro's starting up. Crazy man doing crazy things. We don't worry too much about any of that silly. Oh yeah, but see, yeah, I'm just doing weird stuff on screen, and you don't really have. Oh my goodness, can't even keep my face cam in order. That's okay. So I really have to clean up almost 47 minutes and try and get it down. I mean, the number's not really important. What I try to do is, the reason I get 47 minutes of content now that I realize the power of editing is I'll get the 47 minutes, play the 47 minutes all the way through, and as I go along, I will edit out parts that are boring, that just take up wasted time. You're looking for filler, right? You're like investigating your own video and going, this doesn't need to be 47 minutes long. We could probably. This isn't a tutorial video. This is, again, just me trying to get out there the information about, once again, OBS for recording. Right here, you see it right here, OBS for recording. I'm using it right now to record this. Oh, it's almost like I could just go right back to display to only, not show my face. See, I'm getting used to it, guys. But you can see my voice bouncing up and down. And again, this little red area is just letting me know I'm talking too loud, right? That's the equalizer. You want to try and maintain your voice somewhere in the yellow, and you want your desktop audio, which would be bouncing up and down if your sound settings are set up correctly, to also be below the red. If you can keep your mic relatively in line or above your input audio, you won't have issues with being heard, right? We can talk about that in a later video when I figure out how to make these properly, though. Let's just go back to display only. You see that? You see how I have all those sections set up like we talked about before? You can play with OBS while you're recording. That's the most powerful feature this thing has. You saw me dragging my webcam around. And it's just a standard, like I think it was like $16 on Amazon, just a regular no-name webcam that I just happen to use, and she is my daily driver now, just because it happened to be the webcam that was available to me at the time. And if you're watching this on a laptop right now, chances are that damn thing has a webcam in it. Just saying. Like, we're not going to go off on a tangent too much about that. Try and keep it under your hat, please. Remaining anonymous is part of what gives an introvert such as myself even just the capability of doing this type of video. I've been asked, Why do you hide your face if you have a face cam? Well, because I don't want to show my face, but the eyes, a person's eyes are the window to their soul, right? You hear it all the time, and it's true. It's not a mask cam or a face cam, it's an eye cam. That's what I'm going for. And the lights in the background are kind of just for fun, right? They're fun, they're lights. And what you see behind me in this image right here, these lights, this is version one. This is the alpha. This is the early rough. I literally put this up in like 40 minutes, I think it took me. This took me like 40 minutes with a tape measure and just eyeballing it because I knew that, again, I'm moving in like a month, not that important. But once I figure out exactly where my next semi-permanent home will be, I will set up my lights, new lights, all sorts of. Boy, I'm excited. Just all the ideas flowing through my head. Maybe some lava lamps, lasers. Jeez. And all
Okay,
those.
those.
Continuing on real fast, real quick. Now that we have all of our bass clips strung together, we're just gonna real quickly go over to the editing tab, and I'm just gonna real quickly show you the fastest way to do all this. See, starting from the far inside, you just like you're bulldozing all of it, right? You're just bulldozing this whole thing. We're selecting this whole, every clip, every damn thing. And you can go back and edit this later. See, we have blur dissolve, standard transition, audio transition, 0 decibel chains. You don't want to change the decibels. And we're just going to hit with all this selected, Control T. Trim clips. Don't worry about it, trim the clips. And then here's another process of playing with transitions. But if you just select all your clips that you just trim down, just add a simple transition, follow those tutorials. We're going to hit YouTube real quick. Like, it's not going to have any of this stuff. We're not actually going to do it. We're just going to see this YouTube. We want to go MP4. That's what I do. I don't know if QuickTime Superior, everybody might have their own damn idea, but we're just going to add it to the render queue. We're not really going to do it because I have to actually add the outro, which is silly. But yeah, as y'all can tell, I'm just confusing the out of myself. This recording myself, editing myself, editing myself. My goodness. I'm sure people figured out how to do this a long time before me, and I don't need to venture out on it as being like a tutorial videos YouTuber. That's not going to happen. That is not happening. So we're just going to render what we have out. There's no gameplay, unfortunately. Video's already too long, but yeah. Okay, time for the outro, and then I'm just going to upload this video and show you the thumbnail video tomorrow because this has to get rendered and uploaded, and my goodness, I need to quit talking and doing that rendering and uploading. So wow. Well, as y'all can see, I had to calm the lights down just a little bit once again. My goodness. Oof. So, oh, hey, where's your, what are you doing there, Seven? I just threw on the sweatshirt, guys, because again, I spent, oh, let's take a look, huh? There's that piano music that I love. There it is. 70, oh, it was 7:07 when I started. And just end this episode, right? Oh my goodness. So that took me a little while to try and figure out how to make a type of video that I have no business making, right? Oh, it's almost like, and this is why this is the outro and why I think this is important. It's almost like people that like to clown around and have fun should clown around and have fun, not spend an entire day trying to make tutorial videos. I'm glad I tried it, and that 47 minutes with all the fluff I ended up adding ended up being 47 minutes. So, yep, that's what we're gonna leave it at today, so I can get this damn thing processed and out to you. Love y'all bunches. Jeez. This stuff's hard, guys. 7-0.